Welcome to the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. This is my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today we're going to look at two comedies that at first I was going to label as spoofs of cop shows and murder mysteries, but upon reflection, I think I'm going to call them tributes instead. Let's find out why. The first comedic tribute I want to look at is Dragnet from 1987. Dragnet started as a LA cop show on the radio and then moved to TV from 1951 to 1959 and then was revived in 67 as Dragnet 1967. That lasted 3 years. The main guy behind this was Jack Webb. He was the star of the show. He wrote a lot of the shows, especially the radio shows, directed, produced, and he developed this unique style of acting, unique style of talking, very tough talk, very quick cut conversations back and forth, and his catchphrase, of course, "Just the facts, ma'am." And in this film, we have Dan Aykroyd basically channeling Jack Webb, and he is solving a murder mystery in Los Angeles with his new partner, detective played by Tom Hanks. And it involves a Hugh Hefner type character and a crooked preacher. Now, the standout from this film really is Dan Aykroyd's portrayal of Jack Webb, which is really, he's playing Jack Webb's nephew, but he also goes by the name of Joe Friday. And he just nails the performance, from Jack Webb's voice to his rhythms, to his way of moving, not just the big movements, but the very subtle movements, to the way he talks, to the way he dresses. It's very funny, very impressive. He even provides the voiceover to the film, just like Jack Webb did to the TV series. And Dan Aykroyd on the set, in between takes, would constantly put on his headphones and listen to old audio tapes of the Dragnet series, just so he could really ingest the Jack Webb persona and the style of speaking. So he is sort of an anachronism because it is set in 1987, but he's still acting like the Jack Webb character. Tom Hanks, as I said, is the modern character, but they don't push that too much, and they don't bicker or anything like that, and they don't play that up too much. It's more low-key than that. A nice piece of casting is they cast Harry Morgan as the police chief, and Harry Morgan was actually on the 1967 Dragnet series as Jack Webb's partner. Harry Morgan also was, he's a veteran actor. Most notably, he was in the MASH series. You also have Christopher Plummer in here playing the crooked preacher, and you have Dabney Coleman playing the Hugh Hefner type character. Another great thing about this film is the use of LA landmarks: Venice Beach, the Griffith Observatory, the Brown Derby restaurant, and the iconic LA Civic Center building. I do like, this is the slipcase for the Blu-ray, but I do like the original poster because this looks like the old Dragnet series. So why would I say this is a tribute more than a spoof? Because it doesn't mock Joe Friday, doesn't make fun of him. They don't make him look buffoonish. I think it's a very affectionate look at him. He's square, he's by the book, but he always takes his job seriously, and he only wants to help people, and he loves his city, and he loves helping people. And by the way, in case I didn't mention it before, it's very, very funny. Actually, funnier than I expected it to be. The second comedic tribute I want to look at is Murder by Death. It's 1976, and this is about 5 famous criminologists who are invited to a mansion, and they're told there's going to be a murder by midnight, and whoever solves the murder gets $1 million and the rights to tell the story. Now, I was watching this, and my son was walking in and out of the room and asking what it was, and I said, well, it's like a comedy mystery. So then at the end, he walked in, he said, so did you figure out who did it? And I said, Well, yeah, kind of, because it's kind of convoluted. And then when I thought about it, that's really not the point. The point is the acting and the dialogue. And the acting, I mean, it's got a cast that is unbelievable. You have various actors playing famous fictional detectives and criminologists. So first you have David Niven and Maggie Smith playing Nick and Nora from the Thin Man series. You have Peter Falk playing the Sam Spade character from the Humphrey Bogart movie Maltese Falcon. You have James Coco playing the Hercule Poirot detective character. You have Elsa Lanchester playing Miss Marple's character. And then you have Peter Sellers playing the Charlie Chan character. More about that in a minute. Add to that Alec Guinness playing the blind butler. And then the host of this whole event is none other than Truman Capote. And apparently Orson Welles wanted that role, but he didn't get it for some reason. So amazing cast. And it just, how can you go wrong with that, right? It was written by Neil Simon. So you have a top-notch writer in there as well. Some of the puns are very silly. For example, Truman Capote's character is named Lionel Twain, and his address is 22, so he lives at 22 Twain. Some of the best lines are really the throwaway lines, and that's often the case in my opinion. But there's so much going on, so much dialogue and interplay between the characters that it's pretty fast-paced, and the dialogue goes pretty fast too, and it's very funny. Now, as for the Peter Sellers character, well, you know, he is playing an Asian detective, a Charlie Chan type character, and you know, he's not Asian, and there are a few Asian derogatory remarks made, along with a couple of gay remarks made toward another character. So some people might not find that humorous. I found his performance funny, but I can understand why some people might be sensitive to this. So why would I say this is a tribute rather than a spoof? I think you can tell that Neil Simon is a fan of all these fictional detectives because he gets their dialogue down well, he knows their characters, and he's not making fun of them. And he does make fun a little bit at the end of some of the contrivances in their fiction and how they kind of cheat at some of their plots. But I think that's part of the tribute also. Now with comedies like this, if you're familiar with the source material of Dragnet, for example, or Murder by Death, these famous detectives, then I think these comedies will work better for you. You might be able to find these streaming somewhere. Sometimes they pop up now and then. Of course, you can always purchase them. Feel free to leave a suggestion or a comment. Feel free to leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this episode with your family and friends. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.